Seahawk fans, want to make sure that you are subscribed to Seahawks Today, closing in on 27,000 subscribers, and we're getting outpaced within our own division. So, please, catch up to speed with the Niners. They got about 60,000 followers. Let's see what we can do to get on track with those guys and get to at least 27,000 subscribers. If you're not already subscribed, go to youtube.com/SeahawksTV to subscribe today. That's youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Tyler Jones here with you for another edition of Seahawks Today, presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. For more, check out aura.com/chatsports. We'll tell you more about what they do later in the show. Today, we are going to look at OTAs so far for the Seahawks, some observations of what has gone down this week. And it's been pretty eventful for the Seahawks to this point. I think if you haven't heard what has gone on, there might be some surprises for you in store with the latest that's gone on with the Seahawks there in the Seattle area at OTAs. Let's start with Noah Fant. The starting tight end for the Seattle Seahawks was brought over in the Russell Wilson trade, and this was his first week at OTAs. Last week was not available as he was dealing with a personal matter, and his debut was pretty impressive this week for the Seahawks. Scored a pair of touchdown passes, first on a pass from Geno Smith, then another from Drew Lock. That was earlier this week, and he described playing in offensive coordinator Shane Waldron's offensive system as very favorable towards tight ends. He feels like he'll be a natural fit to play in this scheme under the Seahawks' second-year offensive coordinator. Now, I got to tell you, I have high hopes for Noah Fant. I have been a fantasy owner of Noah Fant for the last couple of years, and I like the production that I've seen, but I don't think he has come close to his ceiling just yet. He has shown a lot of potential, but now going to a tight end-friendly offense, getting to that point that he's closer to the prime of his career, I really like what Noah Fant can do, and I think that he could have a very big year for the Seahawks here in 2022 and be a safety net for whoever the quarterback is for the Seahawks, whether it be Drew Lock or Geno Smith. I think Noah Fant is going to be heavily involved in this offensive system. Want to hear from you guys. Will Noah Fant have a breakout season in 2022? Let me know in the comment section. This is our pinned comment today. Type Y for yes, type N for no. You're about to get an ad break. Take advantage of it. While that ad's playing, get your votes in. Y for yes, N for no on Noah Fant. The quarterback competition in Seattle with the Seahawks is going to be pretty interesting here for a while between Geno Smith and Drew Lock, and we already got a taste of sorts of what this quarterback competition is like right now. And here's the latest from Corbin Smith of the Sports Illustrated Seahawks site, and it looked like Drew Lock did pretty well this week. Here's what Smith said. Lock enjoyed the better day of the two passers on Thursday. Aside from an interception in the red zone, he was throwing dimes all afternoon, including threading a bullet over the outstretched arms of rookie Cody Barton to hit Freddie Swain for a score in a dig route. Moments later, he connected with Cody Thompson on a fade for a touchdown and then found Marquise Goodwin, one of the newest members of the Seahawks, on a tight corner route for 6. On the day, he finished with 5 touchdowns in 7-on-7 drills, while Geno Smith did not throw any touchdowns. And on Thursday, try to give you the numbers of how that played out. Drew Lock was 12 of 16 with those 5 touchdowns on a Thursday, and then we saw Geno Smith go 10 out of 14 in the 7-on-7 drills. So Drew Lock looking pretty good, and that's one of the things that we talked about on this channel was that Drew Lock needed to play very well in the OTAs. More on that in just a second before we do. Aura, the newest partner here at Chat Sports. These guys are phenomenal. The all-in-one digital safety for the entire family, whether it's your phone and the dark web, or whether it's protecting your financial accounts. They have it all covered. all in one place. Get near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries. You can keep your identity secure with extensive monitoring of your personal info. Shop, bank, work online more safely and privately, and keep your family's online activity safe from hackers. And just for our viewers of Seahawks Today, Aura is offering a 14-day free trial. You can get that now at aura.com/chatsports. That's a free 14-day trial, aura.com/chatsports. So when I look at position battles for the Seahawks, in particular this quarterback position, I want to point back to something that we heard from defensive coordinator Clint Hurtt this week, and I think this applies to the quarterback position as well. Position battles right now are not won during the Underwear Olympics, okay? I mean, let's just be real about it. These few weeks are important for Drew Lock to prove himself that they don't need to go get another quarterback, but you don't win the starting job in OTAs and what you're doing in street clothes. You win the job based on your body of work in training camp in those preseason games. So it's very important for Drew Lock to keep someone else out of the room right now, but you're not going to necessarily be the starting quarterback because of what you did during the 7-on-7 drill. So something to keep in mind there. A very good point there from Clint Hurtt, the defensive coordinator there of the Seahawks. Want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Here's your chance to weigh in. The confidence level of Drew Lock and Geno Smith. Where is it at for you guys? Let me know in the comment section. Type 1 through 100. Put a number on it. What your confidence is in Drew Lock and Geno Smith there as the quarterback room for the Seahawks. Let's talk about Cody Barton now. Cody Barton, man, this is a guy that has a lot of pressure on his shoulders, right? We see Bobby Wagner depart. Cody Barton moves into the starting role. And to this point at OTAs, he stepped up right now. Edge rusher Darrell Taylor had this to say about Cody Barton this week, that he's been flying around, that he's stepping up in everything, and it's exciting to see. Clint Hurtt, the defensive coordinator, wants to expand Barton's role a bit in this defensive scheme. Just last season, in the last two seasons rather, he's only played 143 snaps when it has come to pass coverage, and that's probably going to change here. Here's more what Hurtt had to say. He's got a background being a safety growing up and is obviously working his way down into the box. You see some of those things with his awareness, picking up pass routes, the communication with guys on the back end. Really excited for the opportunity, the effort, the attention to detail for Cody has been a part of it, but now he has an opportunity, and he's had a really nice spring so far. I think Barton's got a chance to surprise some people. This is going to be a name that is not going to come up very often unless you are a diehard Seahawks fan, right? Nobody in the AFC South knows who Cody Barton is. And he has not played great. He's been okay. He's had a few moments here and there. But now with this opportunity of him being put into the starting lineup and the linebacker position viewed as a weakness for the Seahawks, there's a real chance here for Cody Barton to step up and really surprise some people. I think that Cody Barton has potential, but we have yet to see it. This spring, it's one thing what you do now in a T-shirt and shorts, but what are you going to do when it's put up or shut up time with Cody Barton? That's what we need to see next. So far, so good. I'm hearing all the right things. But what are you going to do when we get to training camp, when you get to the preseason, that time of year? Can he take that next step? Can the growth continue for Cody Barton? I think he might surprise some folks there. What do you guys think? Will it be a big year for Cody Barton? Will this be a breakout season? If so, like the video. If not, if you're not a believer in Cody Barton, and there's no judgment here, but if you're not, tell me why. Please explain in the comments section why you are not a believer in Cody Barton. And maybe just go ahead and like the video anyway. Why not, right? All right, last thing before we go. Time to be a narc. Let's go ahead and tell you the no-shows for OTAs. Al Woods, Gabe Jackson, Quinton Jefferson all did not show up. And Pete Carroll was asked about it, and he said, look, those guys decided not to be here, and he expects them to be at minicamp. So not a whole lot to read into it, it would seem. If they show up at minicamp, then that's fine. Not the end of the world, this situation of them not being at OTAs. But that's where the situation lies right now of those guys not being around at OTAs at this point. Seahawks Today is bringing you daily coverage of the Seattle Seahawks here on the channel. We want to make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a moment of Seahawks Today. And turn on those notifications as well. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Let's get to 27,000 subscribers before the end of the weekend here on the channel. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV.